Ross, congratulations. Off and running here, 2 points on the board, but I can see and sense there's still a lot of frustration in your game right now.
Yeah, massive. I didn't like any minute of that, to be fair. I know Chizzy's struggling, but I've got to do a job at the end of the day. But I missed far too many doubles, and to be honest, Chizzy let me in as well, because again, I was nowhere near what I am. Chizzy wasn't nowhere near what he is. So, but thankfully, I've got through. But I really need to buck my ideas up massively.
You've had a really consistent year. We've seen big numbers, good performances. Can you put your finger on why it's not quite happening right now?
No, not at all. I've literally I've done everything right. Everything. The only thing that I've possibly is maybe, preparation leading up to events. I've been struggling to try and get the practice in and stuff like that, but it's not an excuse. It's just something that I need to address and, again, pull my finger out. So, but yeah, it is what it is, and I just need to improve. Even
though the performance wasn't what you wanted, can that result just spark something in you and go from there and something to build on?
Yeah, I hope so. Again, to be honest with you, with darts as well, I think a lot of people don't realise, like yesterday, played a big part in me, that result. It was horrible. I woke up at 2 a.m. this morning, didn't get back to sleep till 6 a.m. I then ended up still going to the gym, trying to wake myself up weirdly at about 10 o'clock this morning for half an hour. So, but yeah, that sort of side, it does. It plays your mind goes wandering everywhere when you're struggling. But if you can't, you almost know when you're struggling and what the reason is. When you don't, you go, it bugs you. Do you know what I mean? And yesterday I felt amazing, practice brilliant. Again, I've done everything right, and I felt amazing going up there. Just didn't work. And similar today, I don't know if it's because of Chizzy struggling as well, so we're sort of like bouncing off each other. But again, I know I don't look it, but I am happy with the win. But at the same time, watching one of your best mates struggling as well is no good. But that's part of the job.
Ross, thank you very much.
You talked a little bit there about watching Chizzy and knowing that he's struggling. That's maybe been a bit more of a long-term thing with Chizzy than yourself. He's sort of had a difficult couple of months. When you go into a game knowing that a player's maybe not in their best form, does that sort of rub off on you maybe slightly?
Not really. To be honest with you, I'm not really bothered what he's done previously and stuff like that. It's Dave Chisnall. I know full well Chizzy can go up there and it's just going to click. The same with Peter Wright today. He's had a couple of bad results and stuff like that, but these guys are the best in the world, and they're the best in the world for a reason. And I look up to them because of I had one bad result yesterday. Obviously, I had a bad one in Europeans as well, but I look at these guys and I think what they go through all the time, and they bounce back, that bounce back ability, and I admire them and I look up to them.
Is that something that you're still trying to work on? I guess that mental side of the game, dealing with losses. Is it something that you feel you still need to work on? Yeah,
I can take a loss when I've played half decent. Like when I played well, I can take a loss. It's a lot more. It's easier. Don't get me wrong. You got the ump because you want to win, but when you're playing bad, it really hurts. It really does hurt then. But again, it's just, I think I'll learn till the day I retire. You look at, again, like Chizzy now. How long's Chizzy been playing? And he's struggling in this at the moment. And Peter Wright and players like that, the best players in the world. We all have patches. And do you know what? It's about how you come back. And these guys always come back. They're absolutely brilliant. So I'll never, ever write off Peter Wright or Dave Chisnall, because them two are absolute class.
Cheers for your time.
For exactly the same reason, Ross, you can do exactly the same. You get out of this group, you have a decent run, it clicks, it can turn on a sixpence, can't it?
Yeah, I felt today, weirdly, like my scoring was there to a certain degree. My scoring was pretty decent, I think, not looking at stats. Felt all right. My finishing was atrocious, so, but it's just the way it is. Yesterday, I felt like I couldn't buy a treble 20 or a treble 19. It just didn't matter what I'd done, so. Each day's different, and this game is all about confidence. And you look at some of the players who are playing with confidence now, like I'm looking there, Ritchie Edhouse, Connor Scott. They're both playing with confidence, and it's great to see. But hopefully not Connor Scott tomorrow.
Listen, thank you.
Ross, when you are trying to find that spark, can it be tough to decide whether you persevere and continue doing what you have been doing, or deciding whether to change up your routine and try to do something else to try and rediscover that form?
You can overthink stuff, but I believe in what I do. I'm also, I don't think I'm as consistent as what I would like to be. So I think I'm a bit mismatched with my preparation and stuff like that. There's days where I go to the gym before leading up to a tour, well, in the game of a tournament, that day, and there's days I might miss it and stuff like that. So I need to be a bit more consistent with stuff like that. I think consistency is the biggest key. And listen, I can't wait for my house to be finally renovated by the end of this year. It's driving me nuts, but I think once I've got a solid foundation, then I'll kick on next year.
You said that after your match yesterday, you were still thinking about it afterwards. You woke up at the night. How can you, cause obviously you won this match, but really frustrated. How do you put that frustration out of your mind now to get ready for a big match tomorrow? It's
really difficult, to be fair. It is frustrating, but at the same time, each day's different, and I know that what I can do. I know I can do it, and I've won a major, I've won pro titles, and so I know it's there. It's never going to go away. But it's just about that day when it clicks and trying to get things right, and maybe not overthink things. But I'll be good for tomorrow. I'll be good, and I'm going to come out fighting, and I want to get out of this group. So yeah, I'll come out fighting.
Cheers, Ross. Best of luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.